The entertainment world was shaken when news broke that Chinese actor Yu Menglong had fallen into a coma and later died following what authorities initially described as a tragic accident. At first, the story appeared painfully simple, a beloved public figure, gone too soon after a fall from a residential building. But within days, that narrative began to fracture as a disturbing viral video emerged online, igniting global outrage and raising chilling questions about what truly happened in Yu Menglong's final hours. What followed was not just a celebrity tragedy, but a digital storm that exposed the immense power of viral media, public distrust, and the thin line between truth and speculation in the internet age. The video that sparked the controversy spread rapidly across Chinese social media before leaking onto international platforms. Grainy, dark, and unsettling, the footage allegedly shows a man believed by many viewers to be Yu Menglong in visible distress. Though the clip is short and of poor quality, it appears to capture a violent confrontation inside an enclosed space. A figure resembling Yu is seen being restrained or dragged, his movements frantic, his posture suggesting fear and pain. The faces of other individuals in the video are unclear, obscured by darkness and motion blur, but their presence alone was enough to send shockwaves through the internet. Almost immediately, the video was accompanied by audio recordings that intensified public reaction. These clips, which circulated separately, allegedly contained screams, frantic breathing, and voices shouting aggressive commands. Some netizens claimed the audio captured moments of extreme violence, with phrases interpreted as threats or instructions to harm you. Although the authenticity of the audio has never been independently verified, its emotional impact was undeniable. Within hours, millions of viewers were convinced they were witnessing evidence of a brutal assault rather than an accident. As the clips spread, the official explanation of Yu Menglong's condition came under fierce scrutiny. Authorities maintained that he had fallen from a fifth-floor building and that there was no evidence of criminal involvement. They urged the public not to spread rumors and emphasized that the case had been thoroughly investigated. Yet for many fans and observers, the viral footage directly contradicted those claims. Online discussions exploded, with users dissecting every frame of the video, slowing it down, zooming in, and attempting to identify locations, voices, and silhouettes. Speculation soon turned into more extreme allegations. Some social media posts claimed Yu had been physically assaulted during a private gathering on the night of the incident. Others went further, alleging he was tortured or coerced for reasons that remain unclear. One of the most sensational rumors suggested that Yu possessed sensitive information stored on a device and that violence was used to retrieve it. These claims, though unproven, spread rapidly, fueled by mistrust, fear, and the emotional weight of the footage. The situation escalated when posts discussing the video began disappearing from Chinese platforms. Entire threads were deleted, videos were taken down, and keywords related to Yu Menglong's death reportedly became restricted. To many observers, this digital silence only deepened suspicion. Critics argued that censorship was being used to suppress the truth, while others countered that authorities were attempting to prevent misinformation from spiraling out of control. The absence of transparent, detailed explanations left a vacuum that speculation rushed to fill. International audiences soon joined the conversation. On platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, users who had never followed Yu Menglong's career were suddenly invested in uncovering what happened. Some expressed outrage, demanding an independent investigation. Others urged caution, warning that viral videos are often misleading, taken out of context, or deliberately manipulated. Media analysts pointed out that once a video loses its original metadata and is repeatedly reposted, verifying its authenticity becomes extraordinarily difficult. Amid the chaos, names of individuals allegedly connected to the incident began circulating online. Some were said to have been present at the gathering where Yu was last seen, while others were accused of recording or leaking the footage. None of these accusations were supported by verified evidence, yet reputations were damaged overnight as rumors spread unchecked. This aspect of the case highlighted one of the darkest sides of viral justice, the speed at which suspicion can turn into public condemnation. Yu Menglong's family and official representatives remained largely silent, releasing only brief statements urging respect and discouraging speculation. Their restraint, however, did little to slow the momentum of the online narrative. For many fans, silence felt like abandonment, while for others it was a sign of legal or emotional constraints. In the absence of clear communication, emotional interpretations continued to dominate. Experts in digital forensics and media psychology weighed in, explaining how easily the human brain fills in gaps when confronted with incomplete but emotionally charged information. A dark room, muffled audio, and frantic movement can be interpreted in countless ways, especially when viewers already believe something sinister occurred. Once a dominant narrative takes hold online, confirmation bias ensures that every new detail is interpreted in support of that belief. Despite the intensity of public reaction, no independent investigation has confirmed that the viral video depicts Yu Menglong or that it shows an assault connected to his death. Authorities continue to stand by their original conclusion while labeling many of the circulating claims as fabrications. Several individuals were reportedly questioned or detained for spreading false information, a move that further polarized public opinion. What remains undeniable is the emotional impact of the case. Yu Menglong was not just a celebrity, he was a symbol for millions of fans who grew up watching his performances. The idea that his life may have ended in fear and violence is deeply unsettling, regardless of whether the allegations are true. The viral video transformed grief into anger, mourning into activism, and a personal tragedy into a global spectacle. In the months since, Yu's work has seen a resurgence in popularity, with fans revisiting his roles and sharing tributes online. His name continues to trend periodically, often accompanied by renewed calls for transparency and justice. At the same time, skeptics continue to urge restraint, reminding the public that viral content is not the same as verified evidence. The story of Yu Menglong's alleged assault and the viral video that followed is ultimately a reflection of our digital era. It shows how quickly narratives can shift, how powerfully images can influence belief, and how fragile the boundary between truth and rumor has become. Whether the video represents a horrifying reality or tragic misunderstanding may never be fully resolved in the public eye. But its impact has already been felt, leaving behind a cautionary tale about fame, misinformation, censorship, and the human need for answers when faced with sudden loss. In the end, Yu Menglong's legacy exists somewhere between memory and mystery. As the internet continues to debate, analyze, and speculate, one truth remains clear. Once a story goes viral, it no longer belongs solely to the facts. It belongs to emotion, interpretation, and the collective imagination of millions searching for meaning in the shadows left behind. The controversy did not fade with time. Instead, it evolved into something even more gripping, blending tragedy with the kind of intrigue usually reserved for late-night K-drama plot twists. As new clips, screenshots, and anonymous posts continued to surface, fans began comparing Yu Menglong's case to the darkest storylines they had seen on screen: betrayal behind closed doors, powerful figures pulling strings, and a star caught in a nightmare no one was meant to see. The difference, they said, was that this was not fiction. Or at least, it didn't feel like it. Online gossip circles quickly filled in the silence left by official statements. Some claimed Yu had been under immense pressure in the weeks before the incident, pointing to subtle changes in his behavior during recent public appearances. Others revisited old interviews, reading hidden meanings into casual smiles and offhand comments, as if clues had been planted long before the tragedy. Screenshots from private chats, allegedly leaked by insiders, circulated with captions suggesting jealousy, rivalry, and secrets within elite entertainment circles. None of it was proven, yet all of it was consumed with obsessive intensity. What made the story feel especially K-drama coded to fans was the pattern they believed they saw: a rising star, a private gathering, a hidden conflict, and a sudden fall, both literal and symbolic. Viewers compared it to dramas where the truth is buried under wealth and influence, only to be uncovered piece by piece through whispered conversations and forbidden recordings. Each new rumor felt like the next episode drop, keeping audiences hooked and emotionally invested. At the same time, a quieter but more unsettling question lingered beneath the gossip: why did this story resonate so deeply across borders? Media analysts suggested it was because Yu Menglong represented something familiar to drama fans worldwide: the vulnerable male lead, admired on screen yet possibly isolated off it. His case blurred the boundary between character and actor, making it easy for fans to imagine him trapped in a real-life version of the roles they loved. As speculation intensified, fan communities split into camps. Some demanded justice and transparency, convinced the truth was being buried. Others urged restraint, warning that turning tragedy into entertainment risked harming innocent people. Still, the gossip machine kept moving. Hashtags resurfaced every few weeks, reaction videos gained hundreds of thousands of views, and commentary channels dissected the case as if it were an unfinished drama with a missing final episode. What keeps audiences returning is not just the mystery, but the emotional pull, the feeling that something important is unresolved. In classic K-drama fashion, there is no clear villain, no confirmed confession, and no satisfying closure. Just unanswered questions, lingering glances, and a story frozen at its most painful cliffhanger. And maybe that is why this case refuses to disappear. In a world where dramas train us to expect hidden truths and last-minute revelations, fans keep watching, waiting, and speculating. If this story were a series, viewers would still be refreshing their screens, hoping the next episode finally reveals what really happened. If you're drawn to real-life stories that feel darker than fiction, full of secrets, power struggles, and emotional twists, then this is only the beginning. Follow for more K-drama-style gossip, deep dives into viral celebrity mysteries, and the stories everyone is whispering about but no one can fully explain yet.